5 things I believe every man should do. Look, if I'm being cornered in a dark alley and I have a knife to my throat and they ask me your life or give me 5 things every man should do, these are probably the 5 that I will prioritize in my answer. Number 1, figure out the meaning of life. I listened to a very interesting video the other day. I might put the link in the subscription below if you want to check it out yourself. But in this video, this guy talked about how cell phones are taking away meaning in our lives. And he's a professor and he does this little self-evaluation test with just 2 questions. And you basically fail the test if you don't have answers to these questions. The first one is, why am I alive? Think about that question. Why am I alive? And the second question is, for what will you be willing to give your life? For what will you be willing to give your life? Number 2, prioritize the right relationships. Prioritize the right relationships, whether that is with your Creator. In my case, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, and there's nothing more important than my relationship with Him. Second to that is the relationship that I will have with my family, with my wife in the first instance, and in my case, with my beautiful 3 daughters. I don't always get this right. Listen, I'm not sharing any of these videos with you out of the place where I think I've figured it all out. I still make a lot of mistakes on a daily basis. But I do try and prioritize my relationships with my wife and children in the first instance, after my relationship with Jesus. Tonight, I'm going on date night. And, you know, that's something that I don't do often enough. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. And then the third group that I think is really important is your friends. A great mentor of mine once said, you know, always practice a sense of social exclusivity, he called it. That means that we can't have 100 friends and we have them over every weekend and we, you know, have social gatherings and we never really form deep, meaningful relationships with any of those individuals. It's your relationships in the end that's going to keep you going when you're sick, when you're on your dying bed. It's not your wealth that's going to count. It's the relationships and the people that you surround yourself with. And again, that mentor of mine, he once said to me that he sees so many very, very successful people, men, especially in their 50s and 60s, but they're all at their second and their third marriage, and the children from their first marriage doesn't want to even speak to them. So what's the use if you have all the money in the world, but nobody to share it with? So that's the second one, prioritize the right relationships. Number 3, your health. Invest in your health. And that's something that I've, in a sense, got right most of my life. I've been a runner for many, many years. I've done over 25,000 kilometers on my feet. So I think I have at least a good base of cardiovascular fitness. But as I became older and I've read a lot about this and looked at a lot of YouTube videos, it seems like I've not always done all the right things. And at my age, when we're 50 plus, one of the most important things that you can do is to do strength exercises. So in that prioritizing your health, there's I think 3 important things. And for me, moving weights. Moving yourself and moving weights at my age has become super important. They do say VO2 max, which is basically the ability of your blood to carry oxygen throughout your entire body, is one of the best indicators of longevity, of having a great, not lifespan, but health span, as they call it. So go and figure out, go and Google. There's ways of determining your VO2 max and then work on that. So cardiovascular fitness for your heart, etc., but also strength exercises as we become older is super, super important. So yeah, I've recently just gone back to the gym for the first time, probably in more than 25 years. And I've started a set of very basic exercises, 3 different sets. I do it on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. And on Saturdays, I do 1 HIIT exercise, high intensity interval training, and a bit of low zone 2, 60-70% of your heart rate exercises once or twice in the rest of the week. So that's very important. Move yourself and move weights. That will really stand you in good stead. Sleep enough. I can't stress that enough. You will hear it on many videos of advice. Sleep enough, at least 7 to 9 hours. Try and target that. That's when the magic really happens, when our bodies regenerate themselves, and when your muscles that is damaged through exercise get repaired and grow. So prioritize sleep. And then the third thing is eat less and eat less of the right stuff. Again, I think if you can do those 3 things right, move yourself and move some weights, prioritize sleeping, eat less and eat less of the right stuff, wholesome foods, real food, not processed food, you will be able to, I think, invest in your health in a healthy manner. All right, so that brings us to number 4. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. Live below your means. Spend less than you earn. Now, I think that's a very easy thing to say, much more difficult thing to get right. But yeah, I've made many mistakes with regards to my finances when I was younger, especially my 20s and early 30s. Trying to keep up with everybody else, made stupid mistakes, especially around cars that I didn't really need. And it's only, I would say, from my mid-50s that I started to get the financial thing right again. A lot of damage was done by then, but since then I ran this marathon of just trying to do the right things. And today I'm, very blessed to be able to say that I'm debt-free. And if I wasn't, I think what I've gone through over the last 2 years, working for myself after a corporate career of 30 years, being used to a constant salary every month, and now earning between 15 and 50% of what I was used to, this wouldn't have been possible. So we saved up money, and there's lots to be said for having an emergency fund. My emergency came abruptly, and yeah, it's been an incredible journey. Again, just a journey of surrender to God and His provision and Him opening the right doors at the right time. But I'll probably make a separate video just on that. So that's number 4. And then lastly, serve others. Serve others through your time, through your skills that you've been blessed with. Yes, with your finances, if you have then that, and with your experience. Try and see how you can help others. It's through a life of service that life for me, makes really a lot of sense. And see what you can do to just reach out to others. Perhaps it's as simple as somebody just needing a smile today, or perhaps you can just share this video with somebody. That's an act of service. But yeah, I'll probably talk a lot more about each of these 5 aspects. If I can quickly recap, figure out the meaning of your life, really prioritize in the right relationships, invest in your health, live below your means, and serve others. Serve others throughout anything and through any means that you can and that you have available. That's it for today. Maybe my answers to those 2 questions right in the beginning. Why am I alive? And, for what will I be willing to give my life? Well, I'm alive because I believe that God decided it's a good idea to put Stefan Pieterse on earth. And, I owe my being and my life to Him. So that's my reason for being alive, or why I think I'm alive. And then for what will I be able to, or willing for what will I be willing to lay down my life? Firstly, for Jesus Christ. He saved me when I was still a sinner. I didn't deserve what he's done for me on the cross, and I live a life of gratitude towards him. I try to get to know him better and make him known to others. Secondly, I will lay down my life for my family, for my wife and for my children. And again, I don't always get these relationship things right, also not with my own family, but I'm trying. And then lastly, I will lay down my life for a few of my friends out there. You probably know who you are. All right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.